fans, and hope you are locked in and ready for some world-class pool.
And it's in. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed some absolute thrilling matches so far.
And in it goes. He is your champion. Celebration, so are Victor Zelensky.
Finest players in the world.
Oh, he makes it. Nicely on the 10.
Jasmine Ocean.
Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of the Predator Pro Billiard Series here in Austria. We're in St. Johann in Pongau at the Hotel Alpina, Alpendorf. We've got a great matchup here in the losers round of the Billiards Carrinho Women's Open. We're going to have Nina Torvund of Norway taking on Xin Yuhong from Chinese Taipei. They'll play a race to 4, best of 3 sets. If the score ties 3-3 in the third set, we will see a shootout, which I can't tell you, Xin just came off a shootout against Kelly Fisher. I believe she had the lead in the third set before Kelly tied it up at 3, and then Kelly won the shootout. That was a winner's qualification match, so Kelly's through. And Xin will have to take the long road. Ladies will play down to the final 16 before it will move to a single elimination. $90,000 up for grabs, $27,000 to the winner. Nina to break rack number 1. Breaking from the side rail, trying to get the 1 ball down in the side pocket, but it's not happening. Looks like it took half a roll extra at the end there, and it's hidden behind the 10. So Hong will have to find something in the safety realm. Maybe a kick safety. Looks like that's what she's eyeballing. Nice and soft into this one. Misjudged the slide a little bit there. I think it didn't slide as much as she expected, which I've seen quite a bit of in this tournament. I think it's not sliding that much. The Predator reserve cloth by Simonis playing really good. Looks like she has enough of this ball to spin it in, but what can she get on the 2 ball is the question. And I think she just kind of took her medicine there and decided being able to see the 2 from back here should leave a pretty routine safety. Let's see if she can lock her up behind the 4 here. Yeah, had to get something to a rail, so couldn't totally freeze her on the 4, but she's played a really nice shot there. I think she's found cover. Even if she's left some of this ball, it's not easy to get safe from here. Wow, how good is that? She massaged into the left side of the ball perfectly. Kept it under the 9. What a great shot that is. Super. Nice way to start this match too. A couple of safeties on the 2 ball. with the jump cue. I think she's called the corner. Yeah, it leaves a little more safety options, which it looks like that's pretty safe. No shot available on the 2. She might not like her next shot, but she'll at least get one. This time she'll be trying to freeze her on the 4. Take away those kick shots. That's why you can see she's let it creep out a little bit, trying to go for extra. And I think she's left Nina the back rail here to kick at the 2. Yeah, to call it is always a good idea. If it goes anywhere near a pocket, you should call it. A half chance this cue ball stays under the 8. It's pretty close, but she's made the kick, so she'd wish it didn't stay under the 8. It's a bit of bad luck, you'd have to say. Kicked it right in the heart. I don't think it touched the side rail on the way in. Needs to come with another kick shot now, unless she likes jumping this ball. The jump is okay there. It might just be difficult to keep the cue ball on the table, so kick is probably the better choice. The only problem with the kick is if you happen to make it again, what do you got on the 4? But I mean, if she kicks this in, then she'll just kick the 4 in too, no problem. Watch that point by the side pocket there. That's why you see her hit the other side of the 3. Wasn't willing to risk hitting that point. A little bit unlucky again to hit that ball pretty good and just lay it up over the corner for Hong. I don't think she wanted to go into the 4 ball there, but it's okay. And with the 5 over the side pocket, she doesn't have to do much but pocket the 4 here. Yeah, it wiggles in there. I haven't seen a lot of Xin Hong play, but I'm going to guess that after giving Kelly a handful in the last match, she must be a force. And so far looking pretty steady over these balls. Good timing of the stroke. Pretty smooth. And of course, we know these Chinese Taipei players are always good. Two balls left to get the first game on the board. Probably just straight down, one rail here, maybe a touch of right spin. Right's been gripped a lot, so she'll be shooting the 10 near the rail with the cue ball, but it won't be a problem. She gets it down to take the first game. We are live on YouTube, on Pro Billiard TV. 3 tables for your viewing pleasure. Table 1, 2, and 3. All free on YouTube thanks to Predator and the Pro Billiard series and all those great sponsors you see along the arena boards there and on the posters. Can't thank them all enough as a fan and as a player for supporting the game, and at all levels. You see 3 different events happening here over the 8 days. We have the Billard Beckmann's Men's Open, we have the Bilhar's Carrinho Women's Open, and we also have the Predator Mixed Doubles Open, which we'll see some matches in that a little later on this evening. So make sure you click that thumbs up button on the bottom of your screen there goes a long way to help other people find these free streams that love watching pool. The referees here on the Pro Billiard Series all really, really great. So you'll see he's going to take his time racking these balls, make sure he gets it nice and tight. And we are on day 3 here, and I think as we see day 4, 5, and so on, the table might start to rack a little easier as it wears in. But I really like this, that he's taking his time. He's not willing to give one of them a bad rack, and that's very important. So we see pretty good matchup going on over here on table 1. And if you guys want to follow along with the draw, it's on ProBilliardSeries.com under the event tab. You can find the draw with all the live scores. We got Yuki Hiraguchi at the table right now. She's playing another player that we got to see quite a bit of in the Vegas event, Katarzyna Wazilowska. All right, we got the balls racked tight. Sheen to break, rack number 2. Oh, she really leaned into that one. One ball is just not finding the home yet. But it's buried in there between the 5 and the 10. I'm not sure Nina can see it. If not, she'll play a push out. If she can see it, she'll play it. Maybe a bank side with a two-way cue ball. Or maybe just a really good safety. Yeah, but it might be too close going between the 5-10 to risk it. You can't risk driving into one of those balls on the way through and just giving up a ball in hand, opening everything up. Looks like she has decided on the push out. She can push this cue ball anywhere she wants it, touch any other ball, doesn't need to touch a rail. And then we're going to see Hong decide if she wants to shoot from there or if she wants to make Nina shoot. And she might make Nina shoot here, but I think, yeah, I thought she might contemplate cutting the 1 towards the 5. Sending the cue ball a couple of rails back up towards where it is now. I think that's what we're going to see Nina do. The problem might be that Hong saw the 1 is going to kiss the 5 and go towards the 3 and end up kind of close to that corner, bottom right corner. Let's see what happens. Well, she played it softer to keep the cue ball under the 2. That's a really good shot. I think she's found full cover. There might be just the slightest sliver of this 1 ball poking out. Kicking from this side rail, very difficult. Trying to change the angle with the draw and the left spin and the speed. And it never kind of came back the way she thought it would. So good safety pays off from Nina. Now I wonder if she's considering maybe a 3-foul option here, but she'd have to put the 1 ball close to the 8 to make the next safety available. 3 fouls are available here. I think these players from Chinese Taipei, they kick so cushion. And they play a game called Taiwanese Carom. 2-3-5 Carom, I believe it's called. And it's super tricky game, but they get really good at kicking at the balls. She needs to watch her cue doesn't touch the 5 here. All ball fouls. And 2 rails here. Don't think she can get at it by 1, but yeah, look at that. Effortlessly hit that ball. Well, and she's put it up near that corner, but Nina kind of told her on the last shot that she didn't want to run out. So I'd have no problem challenging her here. But the balls are fairly in the open. You'd think if she could get from the 1 to the 2, you gotta like her chances. This isn't bad. This is not bad. She can see the 2. Maybe one more good shot landing on the 3. Might have to come 2 rails into the 7 here. I don't think she can risk anything else. Well, another safety. Smart shot. Very, very smart. Playing percentages. It's definitely how you want to play this game. Two rails here again for Hong. Not an easy one. Yeah, easy to misjudge that, and she really did. Kind of nowhere near it. Well, let's see what Nina likes this time. Not easy to get on the 2 ball here. Rather, the 3 ball from the 2 ball. So she sees another safety. Trying to freeze up on the 4. It's pretty good. She might have opened the 3 a little bit and put the 2 closer to the 3. So if she does happen to see a shot on the 2 next, it might be easier to get to the 3 from where it's going to end up as opposed to where it was. But you got to favor Hong to hit this ball this time. She does, and put it in a real awkward spot for Nina. I think at this level, a lot of times you need to try to find a way to run out. Those safeties just don't pay off enough. Players are too good with the kick shot, too good with the jump cue. That's a couple times we've seen Nina with the ball in hand and play a safety rather than go for the run out. Bit surprising. She's played a good one here, using the 9 to cover the 2. I don't think there's a window through there to see the 2 ball between the 4 and 9. Maybe there is, but she's looking at kicking this ball. This one needs some speed, maybe some bottom, and maybe some right spin. Good hit here. Oh, wow. The cue ball rattles the corner. Where's the 2 going? Right behind the 9. A little fortunate there not to scratch, and a little extra fortunate for the 2 ball to find cover. Maybe she can see some of this. She's called it in that top left corner. I think she's got to send that cue ball around, though, towards the 3, but also as a 2-way. I think this time we've got a shot on the 2 into the side pocket. But it's a little messy now. These balls have moved around quite a bit since the start of this rack. that she kind of just took what she could get there, making sure she could see the 3 and maybe a safety now, rather than trying to get short side on the 3 and risk missing the 2. Wow, it had room to slip by the 10 ball. You could see really good camera angle there. It even kissed the 10 a little bit. Still found the bottom of the pocket, which that little kiss didn't hurt because I think it opened up the 5 ball. Key shot coming up here, a 6 ball to the 7 ball. As you can see, that 7 in a bit of a tough spot. She plays for the bump on the 7, and she's played it really nice. Great shot. Not out of the woods yet. Bit of a blind cut into this lower left corner, but you have to favor her to get it. Can she draw across the 8 ball, or is she going into the 8 ball? The cue ball. Well, it's definitely not easy from here. Stretched out a little bit too, reaching. Yeah, so she turns it down, tries to get the cue ball underneath the 10. Doesn't. And I think she's left this 7 ball on into the corner or the side for Nina. Looks like she's playing, well, I can't tell. I would think the side, but maybe she looked at where the cue ball was going. Yeah, it was really thin in the side. Look out. Don't kiss the 8 on the way through or back. It's going to be okay. That worked out actually really great because now she can roll this one through to get the 9 in the side next. And the 10's over the pocket. If she doesn't like that, she could stun it over for the 9 in the corner or power draw it back, but I don't see that being the choice. Well, cheated the pocket a little too, which is a bit risky on these tight arc tables. Corner pockets are very tight, side pockets are very tight. Might see that ball rattle on day 6 or 7. But not that one. Good shot there. The 10 ball for 1-1. You can see there's lots of seats in the arena there too. It's still a bit early in the day and still a bit early in the tournament, but I'm sure we'll see those seats fill up as the days go on. The matches heat up out there. If you're in the area or anywhere near, go check it out. Free to watch in person, of course. Free to watch online as well on Pro Billiard TV on YouTube, and thanks to everybody out there tuning in and chatting along in the comments. my favorite things about pool, and we see this on display here with the different countries playing right now, but I really love that it's so well represented internationally. Pool's such a beautiful game. We're seeing it with obviously the World Cup right now too. I'm sure everybody's following along their favorite countries, and the World Cup. Pool's a very similar game. It's played all over the planet. Every corner you can imagine. All right, we got Nina to break rack number 3 here in set 1. Breaking from the corner and not really going full power from what I could see. Looked like she was taking a little off. I would consider one of 2 or both things if I was her, as add a little extra and maybe switch sides or switch sides. But we'll see if she gets to break again, if she'll make an adjustment. Maybe a touch of left spin just to hold this one from going into the 3 ball after she pockets the 1. Yeah, you could see the left spin just drag a little bit there. Keep her going towards the 2. All the balls are in the open here, and they connect pretty good, so if she can get from the 2 to the 3, I like her chances. Key shot here. It's going to come up short. It's going to be right behind the 6. It's a big mistake. Should be kicking at this ball now. I think we'll see her get the jump cue. She can kick the end rail. Some right spin. Trying to just miss the 9. Send the 3 towards the side pocket, but also hoping it'll go down table if she misses the side. She hit the wrong side of the ball. And I think this 3 ball past the 6 camera can be a little deceiving here. Yeah, I think I saw her glance at the 4, which tells me this 3 ball goes. A little quick there. Looked a little quick, that stroke. The usual smooth stroke we're used to seeing from Nina. She got second prize with where this 3 ball ended up. I don't think this banks in the side by the 8. Maybe it does. Possibly spinning the cue ball into the 4. It's hard to tell from this angle. The overhead shows us a little better. I don't think the bank's worth the risk because the shape's not guaranteed. I think it's going too much into the 4. The shot's okay. Didn't find cover, but it's containing. I think she's kept Nina off the shot. I don't see her trying to cut this ball in or bank it or anything. So just a safety return for Nina. Tried to get the cue ball under the 4 and just missed. Tucking her right under there. The 3 ball kissed the 5 and it's in the open. Big shot. She gets all the way through it to get back to middle table. What a shot that is. She made that look way easier than it was. hampered by the 5 ball just slightly here with the queuing. Makes this a little awkward. But a similar shot to the one she just played, and that's beautiful. Really well done. I feel like the work's over now. It's a couple of stop shots. Couple of stop shots and a couple balls over the hole. Well, she really got through that one. I know she wanted angle on the 7, but well, this doesn't have enough speed to get there for the side, does it? Oh, it just did, you know. I thought she was coming up well short there. But this is actually ideal. It runs around towards the 9 ball pretty naturally with a little top and a little right spin. This 10 ball for a 2-1 lead. She's looking pretty good out there. Getting through the ball nicely. Pocketing looks good. Cue ball control will, I'm sure, improve as the match goes on. Just trying to feel out the speed. Arena table always playing a little different than the outer tables under the lights. Plenty of great pool to come today. We'll have a match in the men's open coming up next. Scheduled for a little over an hour and a half from now, and then we'll have a match in the mixed doubles scheduled for 8 p.m. in Austria this evening. Okay, we've got the 1 ball down. We've got the 2 ball over the side, but I think the 6 is just in the way. Well, maybe not. She's speed walking over there to try to find out. Oh, maybe just has it. She's got a couple balls down on that breaks. Good break. Well, she's looking at the 3 ball, so I think she just has enough to spin this 2 ball in. Wow. And I think she played the cue ball off the point of the side pocket intentionally. I think she knew the best she could do was spin that in and get the cue ball going off the point. That was brave. That was always going to be extremely difficult. That thin with the cue ball off the rail and trying to go up and down, avoid some traffic. There's a lot of moving parts there. Didn't hurt to kiss the 6 in front of the 5, though. Made a problem for Nina. I don't think she can go into it now with the cue ball. She might consider it, though. She would be on the 4 next. It would just be a very long 4. Yeah, she wasn't willing to risk it. So I wonder if kissing the 6 in might be an option on the next shot. Off the side of the 5 to kiss the 6 in with the billiard shot. Got to get there first. This is a long way away and not much angle to work with. Well, she just played a stop shot, so maybe she sees a good safety. Off the side of the 5, try to miss the 8. Send the cue ball a couple rails around. But where does the 5 end up? Oh, she's played it really soft and tried to stay underneath the 8-10. That was extremely tough. Will Hong consider cutting this ball in, or is this only a safety with the cue ball underneath the 7? Looks like option B. It's pretty good, but I think it might have left just the edge, and the edge might be all she needs to cut this in, which is exactly what she's looking at. One big shot away here. The cue ball comes around 3 rails towards the 7, so you might have to watch that a little bit. Well, and I think the shot clock running out there might have been a small factor. But look at this. Not only can she not see the 5 because of the 6, but I think the point of the side of that rail might be in the way. So kick shot. Try to measure this one up. Does she have her extension? Okay, she used it. So an extra 30 seconds. Much needed here to measure this kick shot. I think she makes this shot probably 50% of the time or more, but what happens with the cue ball after? She hit it with way more speed than I thought. Trying to turn it over there, I suppose. Seven to the 8. That's the key here. Get a little closer to the 7 with half ball angle. Middle table's a good target for the cue ball here. I'm surprised she wouldn't shoot the 5 in the right side pocket and just follow the cue ball through, but this is totally fine. Often it's just a little easier to roll the cue ball than it is to draw it, but no problem there. Lots of bottom, lots of right spin. Need the right spin here a little bit too. Wow. How tight are these corner pockets on the arc table? Thought she got that one. Clipped just enough of the right side rail to keep it out. Now this is a question I get a lot. What do you do with these balls that are buried in the pocket like that? Often it's rail first, but I don't know that she could do that there. She's kissed the right side of it perfectly. The left side of it, I should say. Brought it down table nicely for the 8. And the 10 ball for 3-1 when it looked like it should be 2-2. Nina, not the kind of player to beat herself up out there, but she'll be thinking about that one. She'll let one slip there. Ball in hand on the 5 to get to the 7. She's supposed to get out from there. got our match stats thanks to our pool stat guy, Mike. You can see the overall performance, usually one of the first categories I'd look at. 737 is pretty good. Anything near 800 is what you'd expect from these players, sometimes in the 900s. Missed shots, another category I like to look at right away, and balls pocketed. And obviously the break stat, a big one, 0% for Nina, and 75% first shot after the break is a big one. For Xin Yu, that's a good number, 75%. Looks like this table's rocking just a little bit tough. I absolutely love that the referee is taking his time. Make sure he gets the balls tight. And you can see even those ones in the back are very important. It's easy to get blinded by the front three and maybe the ball's touching the 10, but these balls in the back row are important too. Try to get them all tight as best they can. And I really love this referee triangle rack format as a fan, a spectator, and as a player. I think it just brings in more elements to the game. We get to see all of the game played. Xin Yu to break, rack number 5 here in set 1. She leans into it, gets the 1 in the side, and it looks like she's going to be able to see the 2 ball. I don't think it pockets, but she's got a layup safety here to freeze her on the 4. And she'll try to make sure this is a jail safety. She's got a chance to really put her in some trouble here. I think just rolling at this one, just banking the 2 away, trying to freeze up on the 4. The 6 ball is going to block a lot of one-rail kicks. And I think she just didn't want to leave the right long rail to kick at the 2, which I'm not sure she has. Unless it's with a lot of left spin. I'm not sure what good it does. I'd have to think it's maybe the end rail, then the side rail. Well, she can spin it here. She's called it in the side pocket too, I believe. Kiss the 4 on the way through. Bit of a mistake there from Nina. I don't think she looked at the end rail that much. But I think this end rail plus the side rail made it a big ball to hit. Maybe just didn't think much good could come of that, so tried the other shot. Now a chance for Sheen. Take set number 1. Balls are pretty well spread out. I'd notice right away that there won't be any pressure on the 10 ball. Looks like 3 rails around towards the 5 in the top right. I think it comes pretty natural on that line. Almost towards where it is now. 3. Look out for the speed. Might be a little much here. Well, I think she's gotten away with murder there. She didn't have to land in the side pocket perfectly. Sure, she was playing for the corner pocket there. And if she was playing for the side, it's not this close to the ball. She could use this one to slow down. The speed is a little tricky to get out there. It looks like it's a bit quick today. This is really thin if she's cutting this ball on the side. Not quite thin enough, but she hasn't really left anything for Nina. Maybe a bank. I don't see an easy safety. Often if the safe is as tough as the bank, then you play the bank. You see her call it. Watch the cue ball coming towards the same side pocket. Watch the cue ball coming towards the same side pocket. No way. Straight in the drink. It's unfortunate that shot happens so many times like that. The left spin helps the 6 ball in, but it also helps the cue ball in. You'd have to say it's a bit unlucky. She made a really good shot there to bank that ball in. And a bit unlucky to even have to bank it in after her opponent missed. Could have left it over the pocket for her. And I'd like to say it's this 9 ball for the first set lead because the 10 ball's a gimme. She gets the 10 down, and it looks like maybe just a small timeout here. Nina just going to leave the arena for a second, so I'll just take a timeout myself. We'll be right back, everyone. Don't go far. Players are back in the arena. We have Xin Yu Hong to break the first rack of set number 2. Let's watch the one ball in this bottom side pocket. She's been getting it, but it gets kissed this time. Nothing else is close. Let's see if the 2 ball is wired. Even if it is, I'm not sure she'd take it on. There's no guarantee of position on the 1, so I think it's just a safety here. In which case she'll hope the 2 isn't wired. She can come off the left side of the 1 and send the cue ball back towards where it is now. Looks like a pretty good shot to me. Nice speed. Might have just crept out to let Sheen see some of the 1, but not enough to do anything good with it, I wouldn't think. Well, she could see enough to bank it around underneath the 4. Well, it might have just crept out that now Nina could jump at this ball. The problem is there's nothing happening on the 2 if she jumps it, so I like the kick safety. It's not bad, she'll take that. Hong reaching for the jump cue, looks like. Wow, what a shot. Fires it right in. Holds the cue ball off the 8. Oh, what a shot that is. Oh, these players are so good with the jump cues nowadays. Made it look like a hanger. Safeties just don't pay off anymore. Nina did nothing wrong. Good kick safety. Let's see what Hong can do to take advantage of that good jump shot. This one's not easy. Thin, and the cue ball's running into the 3, I think. Oh, it runs past the 3. It's probably a worst case scenario. She's going to be hooked by the 7, I think. I think she tried to run it past the 3 and hope the cue ball went into the 7 or the 4. But it went right between the 7-4. This looks like rail first, maybe. And try to pocket the 3 in the upper right. Oh, this is going to sell out a shot into the side pocket for Nina. Nothing super easy getting from the 3 to the 4. Not surprised to see her turn down that one. Wasn't really anywhere to go to get onto the 4 without some kind of crazy stroke. The jump cue out again for Hong. Let's see if she can fire another one in. This one's pretty straight too. She didn't look quite as comfortable on that one. Could see just the arm was up in bit of an awkward position, reaching a little bit maybe. Not the worst result though. She's going to get another shot. She might not like it, but she'll have another shot. Look out. Has she found cover behind the 9? I think maybe just. Well, no. She could maybe even pocket this ball, but I think she's just banking it safe. Off the short rail, back up table towards the 5. The cue ball coming across. Underneath the 4. Well, she's let her see it, but it's not horrible. There's a good 8 feet between these balls. She might have to raise the back end of the cue here to stun this one in. I don't think she can roll it. Yeah, you can see the back end in the air a little bit, getting underneath. Very good shot. And that's extra good because, you know, she's not totally comfortable out there yet. Hasn't really settled in. That shot might just settle her in. She flirted with the 7 ball a little bit there, but it's okay. She can roll this one through for the 6 ball in the side next, but as we can see from this angle, very straight on the 5. So the cue ball's not going towards the 6 at all. She's probably having to take what she can get and just leave a bit of a thin one on the 6. Send the cue ball around off a couple of rails towards the 7. Let's see. Well, she's played the stun follow, and I don't think she got through it as much as she wanted. Might be the bank shot here even. I don't know you can shoot the 6 in the side and miss the 8 ball with the cue balls. Yeah, so you see her call the bank. Shot clock's a real factor out there too. For those who've never played with it, it really is a big factor. You could hear it there. It beeps at 10 seconds to warn you. And she knew she didn't have a lot of time to work it out there. Wow, what a shot right in the middle of the pocket. She's deadly accurate. But even if you watch how Hong plays, she's got a little pep in her step and looking at the clock quite often. You can tell the players who play under it all the time don't look at it too much. But it is a real factor out there. It makes you think about it lots. And being able to manage the shot clock is a real skill. Well, no way she's missed that ball. Tried to clip it with a touch of right spin. The inside juice. Missed pocketing the 8. I would have never guessed that. She landed perfect on the 9, but it didn't matter. Now, can Nina punish her here? Try to get the first game on the board here in the second set, I feel, is big. And especially after a mistake from your opponent, you want to make them think about it for a bit. Position is ideal here on the 9. Good shot. Rail first on the 8. A couple of rails around. She's landed pretty good on this 9 ball. Oh, and she got through that one nicely too. On the 10 ball for rack number 1. In set number 2, she needs this one. Try to turn this match around. She's very capable of it. Very good player, Nina. Very experienced out there in these big events in the arena. She won't be bothered by the moment or TV table or anything like that. And of course, everyone, big thanks to all those great sponsors you see along the arena boards there and on the posters. Amazing prize money up for grabs here for these women in the Billiards Carrinho Open. 90,000 total prize fund with 27,000 going to the winner. Amazing, amazing amount of prize money up for grabs this week and into next week. 8 days of action here. Sticking to the same side rail over here, and it might be a product of seeing Hong have so much success from this side. Excuse me. Hong's had the one ball go in a couple of times and had a look at the opener, and it looked like Nina reached back a little extra there, but hasn't helped anything. Straight back to the chair. Does the one pass the two? I think it does. And you can see Hong take a little glance around. Everything's in the open here. And they connect pretty good. Especially if the three goes in the side after the two ball. Well, she has plenty of angle on the two to deal with. Getting somewhere better on the three if it doesn't go on the side. Kiss the 9 and froze on the 4. No way. Yeah, I see her look to the rail first here. I don't think she can see the 3. Definitely not. She's called the other corner. Wow. I mean, she had to flirt with a little bit of a kiss there, but touch unlucky to kiss the 9, end up just locked on the 4. But she doesn't panic. She just tries to find a good kick shot. I like that about these Chinese Taipei players. They don't seem to get too emotional out there. Seem to try to find the next shot. Really good shot from Nina here. Could use this cue ball to hurry up a little. I think it's just okay. I think she can cut this in the corner and send the cue ball back and forth. Yeah, she didn't like it. She turned it down for the safety, but she hasn't got the safety this time. She didn't quite get as much out of that as she wanted. She'll be elevated over the 8, makes this twice as hard. It also makes the 6 a little more difficult because she couldn't do a lot with the 5 to get closer to the 6. Shouldn't be a problem with the 6. Not too far away from the pocket, but she'd love to be 2 feet closer towards middle table. And if the 7 doesn't pass the 8, then this might be a little touchy. So we could see her stopped in her tracks there. Had to use her extension. Look out, 9 ball. Look out, 9 ball. No way. That 9 ball has been a menace for her this game. And this time she's not so thrilled about it. You can see her trying to hold back the emotion, but she's not happy with how that resulted. Yeah, and no extension left, so one rail, try to hit it. Look at this, cue ball under the 10. Almost one of the best shots we'd see the whole tournament. By design, that was. Kissing the side of the 7, trying to get under the 10. I'm sure that was her plan. Long one for Nina here, and I think all she can do is stop the cue ball. Oh, she rolls it. She rolls it really nicely. What a great shot that is. And what an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead here and really start to put some pressure on her opponent. Make her think about that third set. Okay, bit of a tester here. I don't know if this rolls in the side. Even if it does, it's a bit of a tight pocket. She looks back and takes her extension. Not that she needs more time, just that she doesn't want to hear the beep. She's got it, and the 10 ball's a hanger for 2-0. Well, this match has really turned around after it was all Xin Hong in the first set. That's what I love about the Pro Billiard Series and the sets format with the short races. Never really out of it. Gotta feel like you always have a chance until they make the last ball. Can be down 3-0 and it's winner breaks. Who knows what can happen? Could just break and run the set. So that ball's pocketed category down there on the bottom. Always one I love to look at. Xin Hong making most of the balls, but Nina doing what she needs to do. Cleaning up. Score is technically 4-3, but Xin's made twice as many balls, more than twice as many. Nina's moved the cue ball out a little further, breaking in rack number 3 of the second set here. Further out off the rail. Experimenting. That cue ball's gone. You could see it when it got kissed near the side rail. It was disappearing. She'll be happy to see that the 6 has tied up with the 3 ball. First thing Hong looks at. She didn't look at it very long, so that tells me I think it goes from over there. Couple of unforced errors here in the early goings of set number 2. She'll love having ball in hand here and try to get herself back in rhythm. Regain the confidence. Tilt that one in there a bit. You could see her hesitate a touch, like she caught it a little bit more into that side rail than she wanted. They look good from here. She can roll this one in, play the 5 on the other side next. to the left side pocket, I think. Keeping it simple is always good. This one ran a little far, and that's because she overcut the 4 a little bit. You can see the 4 go into the wide side of the pocket. Cue ball got some extra speed. Well, so she had to play the 5 in the corner, but she's shot that right in the middle of the pocket. What a shot. And landed really nicely on the 6, as we can see from this great camera angle. Thanks to that production crew out there doing an amazing job. Yeah, I think simple is always good, so the 9 in the corner is very available next. No reason to force this and get to the side pocket. They like to say, if you have shape, don't try to play shape. That was a good example. She didn't need to do anything there but stop the cue ball. Shape was already there. Was never missing the 9 from straight in like that. She's too good. And this 10 ball for a nice recovery after a couple early mistakes here. She's got herself in this second set. Matchup going on table 1 here between Katarzyna and Yuki. Looks like Yuki won the first set, but Katarzyna up 3-0 in the second set. That one looks like it's got all the makings of a set number 3. And there is one result from that round. You can check it out on ProBilliardSeries.com. Meanwhile, Sheen to break rack number 4 in set 2. Looks like a dry one, but the 1's tucked underneath the 10. She might consider a kick safety here. Unless she can see some of this ball to hit first. Maybe bank it towards the bottom right with a 2-way cue ball. She also has a option to play push out. Not sure the bank into the bottom right goes. Might be too double kissy. Never easy to push out. That's what she's gonna do. She might get this one back. Jacked up over the 4, brings in 2 elements, brings in the fact that it's really tough to control the spin on the cue ball, but also it's all ball fouls, so if she touches the 4, it's a foul. Not surprised at all to see that one handed back pretty quick. Didn't take much thought there. And I think this is even more of a double kiss now. Not sure why she pushed out to there. I thought it was curious. Well, she was trying to get underneath the 10, but I think the double kiss was just too big there. The only way to avoid the double kiss was to hit it really soft like she did, but sold it out. That was a long way off. The inside spin got her there. I think it deflected quite a bit to the right, made her overcut that ball. Just trying to dig into it with the inside spin there. Well, we're seeing lots of open tables in this match too. You'd have to think if she can find a way from the 2 to the 3 ball, which is definitely not easy now, but you'd like her chances from there. I mean, the 4 to the 5's not a gimme, but very available. This would be the key shot, you'd have to think. Really well played. With the stun, run through, and inside spin, that was really good. She did about as good as she could to get on this 3. But another tough shot coming up here. These ones are always a little tricky. Easy to overcut it just a hair, just like that. It's so easy to do that. Pool just looks super easy on TV, but it's so hard. That's a good example of a shot that just looks so easy, but really is not. Just the speed she had to play it at made it extra tough. You'd think hitting it slower made it easier, but it didn't. That kind of speed actually makes it a little tougher. It wants to overcut a lot. Looks like Hong used both extensions there, the clock and the one for the back of her cue. Look out. Wow, what a great shot that is. She went for a little extra there too, flirting with the side pocket a touch to try to really freeze up on the 7. Very good safety. 2 rail escape here for Nina, maybe even 3. Maybe even 3 rails. I'm not sure. Is the 10 in the way of the 2 rail escape? It's got to be close. Might need a lot of spin. I think it needs lots of right spin. I'm pretty sure. Okay, 3 rails in behind it. Just missed it. What an effort. Upon first glance, I thought it had to be 3 rails underneath it. And I think she realized that too. Just missed it. That must have been by a sliver. I think the 6 ball's still available. Into the right side pocket after this 5. She needs to stun by the 8 now. She left herself a bit of an awkward angle here. Stun by the 8, and watch the 9 doesn't come into play, and that 9's been a menace for her. Oh, and she wiggles the 5 in. Good shot. Held the cue ball nicely. Just a few balls left to square it up at 2. Look like Nina might run away with this second set, but a couple of mistakes. Let Hong back in. Scratch on the break was the first one. Well, from this angle, it looks like the 9 is a little tight by the 10, but from here, it looks like it's got a mile of room. 10 ball for 2-2 in set number 2. Well done. We do have a match coming up very, very shortly after this one. And it looks like we've got some table assignments up. 5 p.m. local time in Austria. On this table, we have Alex Kazakis taking on Felix Vogel. And on table 1, they'll have Albin Auschen taking on Matthias Snigocki. Table 3 will be the German showdown, Moritz Neuhausen and Joshua Filler. Those are your 3 stream tables for the next round in the winner's qualification of the men's open. So make sure you don't go far after this. I'll be right back. Locked in on table 2 here with you guys. Long to break. Rack number 5 here in set 2. Looks like a dry one, and it's wide open spaces. Easy shot on the 1 to open for Nina. This is just what she needed. Reaching a bit and elevated over the 2. It's a bit more awkward than it looked. Oh, she's done really well there. That was a pretty good shot to get it over there, but does the 3 pass the 4 for the next shot? She hasn't looked at it too long, so I think maybe. It's very tough from this angle if she doesn't have the whole pocket. Is she going to try to cut it in the side pocket? Or was she looking at where the cue ball goes? Oh, it's tough either way. If she's playing the 3 in the side, the cue ball's going to kiss the 4. She needs some luck, I think. Unless it's so thin that the cue ball misses the 4. Well, from this angle, I'm not so sure the 3 even passes the 5 into the side. It did, and the cue ball went into the 4. She didn't get the luck she was hoping for. Although, looks playable still. It's a bit thin, but it's okay. Not too much needed with the cue ball here, so just pocket the 4. Oh, really good shot on the 3 to cut it into half a pocket there and kiss the 4. Stay on a shot. She's got a chance here to get herself on the hill. Set number 2. Have to take what she could get there and shoot the 6 with the cue ball a little closer to the rail than she'd love, but it's okay.
Please start the practice on table number 19, 20, and 21. The matches for the next round of the match will be assigned now. Thanks.
Punch that one in nicely. A little closer to the rail again, the cue ball. Let's see if she has any angle or if the 8 will go in the side pocket next. I don't think so with the 8 in the side, so she needs to do something with the cue ball here. Yeah, and straight into the 9. I think she misread the angle a bit there. Was hoping she could miss the 9 on the way through and back. Well, this bank side has been a shot in this match for her. See if she can get it. It's kind of an all-in shot. I don't think there's much of a two-way here. Which surprises me she would take it on. Wow, look at this rub off the 9. I think maybe she knew it was going under the 9. If so, really good shot. Most likely a game winner. Hong kicking one rail at this 8. I think she's called the 10. Early 10, not a win. It'll spot and she keeps shooting if she manages to get it. She'd love just to hit the 8 though. Which she's done, but it's gonna be, well, not super easy from here. Can she level out and roll it in while missing the scratch in the side? I don't think so. So she might need to dig into this one a little bit and come around off 2 or 3 rails for the 9 ball next. And it made potting the 8 just that much tougher. Brought in the miss. Looks like she got a bit of second prize again, not leaving the 8 available past the 10, and the combination's very tough from there. Looks easy from this angle, but it's anything but that. And when she makes the 10, it's gonna spot again, so she might need to watch that she doesn't hook herself when it spots. Look out. I think it just slowed up in time. What a beautiful shot. She spots it in the way. Funny enough. Nope, it'll go up there. Yeah, you got a shot. When they spot the 10 for the spot shot in the shootout, it goes a little further back. It goes where it would be in the rack. But not when you make it in the middle of a game or on the break. Spots on the rack spot. But that little combination she made on the 10 was really sweet. That was anything but easy. And she held the cue ball really nice. It wouldn't have been hard to overrun it a little bit more and end up behind the 10 when it's spotted. She's got the 10 down, and she's the one on the hill first here. The chance to close out this match in the next game or two. She get 2 bites at it. See, we have the match stats here. See that player overall performance for Hong at 747 is pretty good. 625 for Nina, a little low. Although picked it up in this set number 2, she's at 714. Looks like the safety efficiency pretty good. The balls pocketed, big category there, 69 to 30. Ball catches the point of the side. Does the 9 find the pocket off 4 rails? It doesn't. Well, if there was ever a chance, this is it. Maybe not an easy shot on the 1, but a very available safety. Maybe even a billiard on the 2. Could she consider that? Kiss the 2 in with the cue ball? I don't think so. From this angle, it looks not available. But I wouldn't hate her trying to get the cue ball underneath the 5 or the 10 here. Overran it a bit, but she had a big wall there with the 5, 10, 8, 7, 4. So many balls could come to the rescue. It looks like the 8 ball did. So 1 rail kick in behind this ball for Hong. Lots of left spin. And it looks like even a bit of a masse. Yeah, she's elevated quite a bit. Well, she curved it so much she caught the 1 first. She's trying to get the rail first underneath it. I do find the masse shot with the carbon fiber is very difficult to judge. Because sort of as you can see there, it just wants to grip it right away. Spin is sort of accelerated with the carbon. Thin one for Nina, and a very good shot. 4 ball looks a little tricky. Doesn't really have the easy 2 pockets would be the bottom left or bottom right. So she need a good angle on the 3 to try to get to the 4 in one of the side pockets, I think. And I don't know if she's going to have a good angle to get all the way down here without a big stroke. 6 ball in the game here. She needs to draw this one back, maybe with a touch of inside spin. She went into the 6. Will she consider the 4-10 combination? She's been turning down shots easier than this, so I would expect her to play safe here. She's going to use her extension. Definitely the right time to use it. It's a big choice here, big moment. Stay alive in this tournament or early exit. Yeah, looks like the safety is the option. I think trying to bank the 4 around the 10-5 and use the 7 for cover. Very good shot. Very smart. Well found. And now if Hong doesn't get this kick shot right, we should be seeing hill-hill because all the other balls are pretty open. Well, contact was there, but she's going to leave a shot, mind you, a very tough shot. She's got it. Really good shot. Lost the cue ball a bit, but I think she had to focus on potting the 4. Might have thought, why didn't she stun the cue ball or something there? But I think when you elevate the back end of the cue from that angle, you bring in the miss too much. She wasn't willing to risk it. Better to pocket the 4, play a good safe on the 5. Well, wasn't trying to have the 5 kiss the 10. This has left a shot and a chance for Xin Yu Hong to close out this match. Maybe just 1 or 2 good positional shots away. The 6 ball to the 7 ball is not going to be a walk in the park either. What a shot. Just fires it in fearlessly. Cue ball's coming around 4 rails. Sweet shot that was. Watch the shirt on the 10. Would be a foul. I think she's gotta be very careful here. It's very, very close. I think it doesn't hurt to use the bridge here, does it? Well, she knew what she was doing. The extension on the back of the cue and managed to reach it and get decent position on the 7 here. If she gets anything on the 8, it's over. 9 over the pocket, 10 right beside it. See if she tries to drag this one in and hold it for the 8 on the left side, or come around it, maybe shoot the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. Oh, she checks it over for the 8 on the other side. Beautiful shot. Super slow roll the 9 ball and this 10 ball to move on to the next round. She's got it. Good match. Xin Yu Hong will move on to the next round. Nina will move on to the next event, I believe. And we will move on to the next match coming up in about 20 minutes time. We got the men's open, so don't go far, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been Ben Francis on the mic with Predator Pro Billiard Series in Austria. Don't go far, everyone. We'll be back very shortly.
pool fans, and hope you are locked in and ready for some world-class pool.
And it's in. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed some absolute thrilling matches so far.
And in it goes. He is your champion. Celebration, so Victor Zelensky.
Finest players in the world.
Oh, he makes it. Nicely on the 10.
Jasmine Ocean.
Welcome back, everyone, to day 3 of the Predator Pro Billiard Series here in St. Johann in Pongau, Austria. We're at the beautiful Hotel Alpina, Alpendorf. And we've got a winner's qualification match in the Billard Beckmann Men's Open. And it's a good one. Alexander Kazakis taking on the young Felix Vogel. And it looks like we're going to have Vogel to break first. They're going to race to 4, best of 3 sets. If it ties 3-3 in the third set, we will have a shootout. This is Ben Francis on the mic. And we're locked in for a good one here. We are live and free on Pro Billiard TV on YouTube. And just a small favor that you can all do to help these free streams, click that little thumbs up button on the bottom of your screen there. Make sure you share the stream and subscribe to the channel. Referee has the balls racked. It will be Felix Vogel from Germany to break rack number 1 here in set number 1. And straight to the side rail with the cue ball. No surprise, both these players experienced enough at these PBS events to know this is the way. Side rail break, try to make the 1 in the side pocket. So we can watch that 1 ball shoot towards the right side pocket. And maybe a ball 4 rails in one of these bottom corner pockets. But it's the cue ball that shoots straight in the side pocket. That's not the start he was looking for. He's got the 2 ball down, so if Alex can find something on the 1 to the 3, which I'm sure he can. I think it's the 1-7-8 combination. How's this for an opening shot? The thing with this is most likely shooting a 1-7 combination after as well. Got the 7 out of the way. Really good shot. Just going to get the extension for the back of the cue. Reach out a little bit here. I think he wants to draw this one back to play the 3 in the side next, but he could play for the corner pocket. It is the side. To send that cue ball around off a couple of rails, I think. Because I don't think the 4 goes by the 5 in the other side. I think he needs to come around it. Maybe shoot it in the bottom left next. Crashed into the 10. Lost it a little bit there. Maybe the slide off the first rail got him a little bit. Alex very well known for having exceptional cue ball control. I think we'll see it on display as the match carries on. The man from Greece will figure out the speed and the slide of the rail and whatnot. Probably just a safety here. I suppose the bank side goes. Looks like he's called it. I like it. Yeah, I think the safety's always higher percentage from where he was. I wouldn't have hated him playing the bank though. I think you got to stay aggressive a lot of times. Especially with this young superstar who's shown he's very capable of firing in these long shots. He's going to take his extension here. 30 seconds. Extension allowed per rack for each player. And he could see enough to cut it in, and what a pot. Look out, 9 ball, he gets a little rub, he's okay. Wow, that's a great way to start off the match for him. His first shot's a long one like that. That'll make him feel good. See if he can back it up with a good shot on the 5 here. He does, right in the middle of the pocket. That's a good sign for Felix. Coming out of the gate. Looking pretty good. He's got a nice style of play too. Just 1-2 practice strokes and fire. We're going to get to see a lot of this young man in the next, well, 20, 30, maybe 40 years. Making his way to all the big events. And seems to be getting better by the minute. It's 10 ball to open up rack 1. He's got it. A couple really nice shots there. Long ones, thin ones. Move the cue ball around nicely. Alex will take note of that. And this is, as mentioned, a winner's qualification match. And you can all follow the live scores and the draw on ProBilliardSeries.com under the event tab. Lots of other great matches going on. Looks like they've moved table 1. So for those that were waiting for table 1, they've moved that match. As the ladies are still playing over there on table 1. Looks like Yuki and Katarzyna all tied at 1 in set number 3. So they've moved the men. And the winner here trying to get into that last 32. The loser will get another crack. Felix to break rack number 2 here. for the one ball on the side this time, not the cue ball. He got it much more square that time, but still nothing much happening. Alex will try to find a good safety. Another very strong aspect of his game, I think, in my opinion. Strategy, the defense. It's really a byproduct of his exceptional cue ball control. On shots like these, his touch is so good that the safeties are really good. Like this one. I think Felix can kick this ball, though. Yeah, and you could see him call the corner pocket in the top left there of our overhead view. And he'll play with a little draw. Well, he tried to hit the other side of the ball, but this is okay. It's going to keep Alex off the shot. I can't see him trying to bank this ball in. There's too much traffic with the cue ball coming around. So it's a safety for sure, and he's got lots of hiding balls to hide behind. 7 or the 9, or he can go the other way with the cue ball. Yeah, and I like this the other way. It's double trouble. He's got the 1 hidden behind the 9 and the cue ball hidden behind the 2-5 and the 4. The 6-3 is blocking. The 8 is blocking. What do you do from here? I'd like to say maybe concede the foul and tie up the 2 to the 5. The problem with that is Alex can play another safety, freeze you on the 9, and now all of a sudden you might be on 2 fouls. So I don't hate him trying to kick at that ball, although it was very low percentage to try to spin it over there. And even if he hit it, it's not a million good things can happen. See if Alex can find the gap between the 3-7 here to get on the 2. Looks pretty good. We just stay short side on the 3. Probably to the top left pocket next, the one he's standing over, I would think. Just drag this 2 in, a little right spin. The side pocket looks good from here. He's straight in. All the balls in the open here. Should be 1-1. I would expect these two to be very close because Felix has been really pouring it on lately, playing some amazing pool. So I think they match up pretty good. It might be the one who finds a ball in the break and a shot here and there that wins this match. That might be the only difference maker. I think they're both going to play really good. Make all the balls they're supposed to. Alex putting that exceptional cue ball control on display here. Pinpoint. He can just roll this one in. I don't think he needs to use a rail. might consider going to that end rail to bounce out towards middle. Hard to see how much angle he has. Yeah, okay, he had lots of angles, so he played for the bounce with the touch of right spin, and this is good on the 8. You can draw this one with the left spin. See in the background there, lots of other matches going on. The outer tables, you can follow the scores. ProBilliardSeries.com. Live scoring on there for all of the tables. Looks good for 1-1. He's got it. So they'll play a race to 4, best of 3 sets. And if it ties 3-3 in the third set, we'll see a shootout. There was one this morning, good one between Kelly Fisher and Xin Yuhong, which Kelly managed to sneak through. And we will have a match in the Predator Mixed Doubles Open coming up shortly after this one. A few hours from now. 2 hours, 45 minutes from now. They do have some table assignments up there. So I can tell you on table 1, we will have the Oceans taking on Han Yu and Wu Kun Lin. And I think George and I will be covering that one. Table 3, they got Kazakis that we're watching here playing with Kelly Fisher, going to take on the Fillers. That'll be a fun one. Alex to break rack number 3 here. Well, not full speed on that one, and nothing happening. I do find it's a little speed dependent out there. Overhitting it doesn't tend to make the balls, so not surprised to see him take a little off there. Kind of kept the cue ball flatter, didn't cut it a lot. Felix with the quick decision, cue ball under the 7 here, I believe. But he didn't get it there. He has got the 1 safe, but I think Alex can really put him in jail under the 3 here, while banking the 1 up table. Tried to freeze him up on the 2 there. Might have left a little gap. Couldn't tell from Alex's body language. I don't think so. Looks like Felix going to go for the jump cue. Which he does have in his hand. The short cue. Maybe calls the 5. Didn't see which ball he called in there. The 1, is it going to jump over the 5? I think it was all about the cue ball there, trying to get the cue ball back down here safe, and he's done a really good job. Beautiful shot. Jump with the draw. So good with the jump cue these days. So good. All the players. Jump safeties now. Can't jump this one. Too far away to the 4. Not a lot of landing room, so he needs to kick at it. But the line is okay, and it might be a big pocket over there by the 8. And I mean the line is okay where it's almost like you're kicking the cue ball to scratch in the side. We tend to see that line pretty good. Oh, but he's way misjudged the slide. It took off on him. Straight into the 8 ball and a chance for Felix here. I think he needed the cue ball right around where Alex left it. And then he's got to drop on the other side of the 2. The 2 to the left side pocket next. The 5 ball is going to be a problem later on. So this shot and then the 4 to the 5 will be the key to this rack, I believe. Well, sometimes you can find these little shots to help yourself later on. Maybe he can punch the 4 towards the side pocket here when he pockets the 2. And with the 4 up there, it'll be a lot easier to get to the 5. Oh, he just tries to play safe. Behind the 4, he's got it, and he's kissed the 5 out, so it's a super handy shot he found there. But a lot of times at this level, you want to keep these guys off of the table. Like I said, they're so good with the jump cue, but they're also so good at kicking the ball. This one's pretty tough, though. 2 rails with the spin. Well, he gets a hit. This is kind of what I mean with the safeties. They just don't seem to pay off as much. Is this an easier chance than he had before? I don't think it is. In fact, I think it's much tougher. Cuts that ball in with draw with ease. That's such a hard shot. He made it look super easy. Doesn't have to do too much here. They just touch this one in with the drag or maybe a stop shot. Stop is okay. I think he can go all the way through for the 5 in the left side next. But yeah, I like holding it for the corner if he has the option. Keep the 9 out of play, though. You gotta be a little bit careful here. Needed a good angle here, and I think he's got it. He can draw above the 7, or he can stay below. I think he comes above it from where he is. Yeah, you can see the body language there. He's a little straighter on the 7 than he'd like, which means he might be shooting the 9 off the rail next. You don't want to try to cheat the pocket on these tight arc tables, so would not recommend that. Well, and maybe he was just in that one spot where if he drew it, the cue ball was going into the point of the side pocket, so he had to just stun it out, take a little bit thinner of a cut on the 9, but it won't be a problem. Or it will be a problem. I'm shocked that he tried to load it up with the inside spin there to check it over. I guess the angle was a little tougher than what it looked like. I thought he could kind of just run it around towards the left side pocket, take a bit of a cut on the 10. Well, it's a chance that Alex probably thought he wasn't going to get, but look at this cue balls right up against the 10 and straight in. How's your speed? Close to his work here. Yeah, better get the referee in there just to make sure, but I think he's okay shooting enough away from it. He's got it. Bit of a let off there from Felix. Not supposed to miss that 9 ball too many times. But he's human and he's young. Alex with a 2-1 lead here. They are playing for a good chunk of prize money. There's $125,000 up for grabs here in the Billard Beckmann's Men's Open. $37,500 to the winner. How amazing is that? Prize money is just spectacular on these Pro Billiard Series events. Mr. Kazakis to break rack number 4 here. Going from the middle with that lime green BK rush. Let's see if you can get one of those balls behind the 1 in the side pocket. With a 4 railer on the 2 or the 8. It's none of the above. Yeah, that one doesn't often work. That's why we don't see the good players breaking from the middle too much. I think Alex probably just try that once and that'll be it. What a beautiful shot that is. He's fearless, this young Vogel. Needs to be on this shot too. He's on the wrong side of this ball, and there's a lot of traffic to dodge here. Needs to miss the 9, coming around off 2 rails. Then he needs to miss the 5. This is not easy. It's another example of where pool can look so easy on TV. But this is anything but. So he's going to miss the 9. But the cue ball straight in the side pocket. That's a big mistake. He had a little more room to work with going by the 9, but he wasn't willing to take the risk of it going into the 9. He spun it just a little bit too much. But we have seen those side pockets just eating up that cue ball today. We've seen quite a few scratches in the side. You can see Alexander has great technique. Really short backswing. Not a lot can go wrong. Get a good view of it there. Not very far coming back on the take back, which I really like. I know another Alex who made a killing off of that stroke, and it's my countryman, Alex Pagulayan. Very short backswing, almost no backswing sometimes. He's done well with it. Another thing Kazakis does really well is stays very still on the ball. His head stays very still. He stays down. Middle table here. Speed looks really good. Now does he come 2 rails back and forth to the right side of the 9, our right side, or does he stay on this side that he's standing on? Does he consider going 3 rails around with the forward and the inside spin? He does. We don't see them play that shot as much on the slippery cloth, but he had a nice angle there where it made landing on this 9 a guarantee. Yeah, you can see him just giving this one an extra second. I think he still has his extension, so he can use it and give himself a little more time. Does he want to go forward off 2 rails? Does he want to stun off of 1? I think I kind of like just using 1 rail here and stunning in a straight line towards the 10. Yeah, this is good. Very good. He got nice and close to the ball as well, which makes this a little bit easier. Oh, and that one wiped its feet a little bit. Caught a bit of the side rail first. But one thing I really noticed with these elite players such as Kazakis, they really get closer to the ball often. Not sacrificing distance as much as some of us middle-end players. And you could see it there. He just stopped a little bit on the 9 and found a way to get a little closer to the 10. Straight in. And he's on the hill first here in set number 1. Mr. Kazakis to break rack number 5 here from the side rail as expected. Not going down the middle to open them super wide open to leave the 1 on again. But it looks like that might happen anyway, although this 2 is going to spoil the show. Look at this. It's always the last rolling ball. Not sure you can see any of the 1, so it looks like a push out. I like pushing over here. He was looking at the side rail, but I think Kazakis is too good for that. You can't let him see that ball and have you buried under the 4. So you got to put him further away. Maybe you get it back. Good chance he gets this one back. I don't see anything easy from here. Kazakis will make sure. But yeah, getting it back. Watch out, cue ball tracking. It's okay. He's contained the 1 okay. Don't think, yeah, maybe it has crept out and it'll pass the 10 here. Kind of a free shot for Kazakis with the cue ball tracking up table anyway as a 2-way. Beautiful shot. Kisses the 6, and I think he has a pretty makeable 2-9 combination here. Rewarded for a good shot on the 1. That was not easy from a mile away in the cue ball near the rail. Put the 1 right in the middle of the pocket. Oh, he's done well there to come across, keep the 2 in the same side pocket. That's handy with where the 3, 4, 8 is. These next couple of balls are not easy. Oh, he's just a little off straight here on the wrong side. He'd love to be able to get short side on the 3 to that top left corner, but I don't think he can from here. Not without some kind of power draw off the side rail where he's standing. Might be what he's trying to do, though. That is what he's trying to do. Get underneath the 3 with the inside spin. Not quite. Good effort, though. Good stroke. The bank goes. The bank is on with maybe somewhat of a 2-way. The 6 can be a big ball. If he doesn't get the bank down, and if he does, I think he's got a billiard from the 4 to the 8. Oh, he nudges the 4. But yeah, look at this. The 6 ball's huge from there. Good shot. Well found. Also, to nudge that 4 out was handy. He's got Felix in a spot here. He needs to come with it with the jump shot, or he's going to lose this first set. Where it stops, no one knows. Well, that might be just safe enough to keep Alex off the shot. But I think he'll tuck him under the 10 here with the cue ball. Could consider going the other way. You can see where he's pointing with this cue. That's where he wants the cue ball, and he wants the 3 under the 10. This way guarantees to keep Felix off of the jump shot. It's a much smarter safety, in my opinion, this way. Well, I'd love to get 2 rails in behind this ball to try to stick the cue ball there, but the 6 ball looks like it's in the way of that. The side pocket's in the way of the other long rail. Let's see if he can spin it over there, though. Little left spin off the left long rail. And try to get underneath this 3. Kick it towards the right side pocket, rather, and hope the cue ball stays there. Looks pretty good. What a shot. Oh, it's leaked out off the 7. That's super unlucky because he's hit it really good. Didn't want to bump the 6 there because it's put it in the way of his cueing a little bit. As you'll see here, he's reaching jacked up. And now punching this one over to get on the 5 next. Not easy. The set is not over yet. Oh, he draws it back. Kiss off the 6 again. It's okay. He's got a shot in the side pocket. Cue ball going natural. These side pockets are tight from this angle, though. Wow, really well done. That's such a hard shot. I thought he might have overcut it just a little, but it was right in the middle. Another good shot to punch that one off 2 rails like that. Really good. Couldn't have landed better. On the 7, it's ball in hand shape. Hit over the hole. Can't ask for a better chance than this to close out the first set. Those ones are never easy. He clipped some of the rail first, I think. Oh, but I'm pretty sure he's straight in the side and might have got away with this one a little bit. That could have landed really awkward. Definitely was not playing for the 10 ball in the left side pocket. And this is still not super easy. Like I mentioned before, these are tight side pockets. Watch how still he stays. Very still through the shot. He lifts up well after the ball is in the hole, but very good. And he takes the first set. We'll see. It looks like Kazakis has said he's going to take a break, so I'll take a quick timeout myself. Don't go far, everyone. We'll be right back. Take a look at these match stats while we're waiting. Looks like Alexander the Great making his way back into the arena. I was just wondering, does Felix have a nickname yet? If not, I think we got an obvious one for him. I don't often look at the chat during these streams, but if somebody knows Felix's nickname, they want to put it in the chat, then you can let me know. Kazakis to break, rack number 1 of set number 2. Way softer this time. You see him take a lot off of that one. Didn't put the 1 ball on the side, but it did kiss a ball in the corner. You got the 3 ball down. You can see the 1. Kind of a tough shot, but I think it's manageable. Oh, good angle here. Cutting this one into that top left corner. Where his chair is. 2 over the hole next. Doesn't have to worry about that. Can focus on potting this ball. He's overcut it just a little bit. And the pockets are tight on the arc table. Felix absolutely flew out of his chair there. The Birdman. All right. That's not what I would have thought it would be. But I guess Felix is the Birdman. Very good. Looks like he can cut this ball in, come across. He just has to watch the cue ball going towards the 10 a bit. In that side pocket. Yeah, and the 10 was in play a couple ways there. He could end up behind it, or he could end up in front of it, and jacked up over it would have been a nightmare. Now he might be dealing with it this time. And does the 6 pass the 9 ball? Big question. But he's going to be elevated over the 10. This is twice as hard. That's why he's talking to himself. And I think the 6 doesn't go, so it must be kissing the 9 in would be the shot after this. He's done well to pocket the 5, but does the 6 pass? He's eyeballing the 7, so it must. Ah, Vogel in German means bird. Very good. Okay, we got it figured out now. That is a good name for him then. 6 ball had a mile of room to go, but look out. He spun straight into the 10. What a mistake this is. He had so much room to work. The inside spin straight into the 10 ball. I think it was accidental. I don't think he needed any side spin there. Unless he's trying to get around the 10. The jump cue was out. A bit of a reach. He didn't miss it by much. Where's it going to end up? It's going to end up easy for Kazakis. Carry on right where he left off in the last set. These 4 balls to win the first game in set 2, and they're all pretty easy and close to each other. Plays it with a little inside spin to hold the cue ball to stay straighter on the 8. Good angle on the 9. deposits a 10 to take a 1-0 lead here in set number 2. Felix needs to win this set to force a third set, and if it goes 3-3 in the third set, we'll see a shootout. But we're a long way off of that. The way the balls are rolling for young Felix, it's not going his way. Have a match in the Predator Mixed Doubles Open coming up in a couple hours. That'll be the next match after this. Got some spicy ones in that draw. You can check it out on ProBilliardSeries.com under the event tab. You can see all the live scores in this round. You can also see the matches coming up. Alexander to break. Rack number 2 in set number 2. Took a little off last time and got a ball, but it wasn't the 1 ball that he's looking for. Does the 9 trickle in? I don't think so. The cluster by the rack spot. Well, Felix would be wishing early 10s counted here, but they don't. So certainly a 10-ball combination won't be the shot, I don't think. I think the 1 passes the 10 to cut in the side. He's looking at where the cue ball is going, kissing the 7. Maybe trying to open up those balls. Yeah, I think he just took a chance there. Maybe hoping the 7 would open those. Let's see what happens on the next shot if the 3 has anything available. I don't think it goes in the bottom left. So it's maybe just a safety on the next shot. This looks okay for that. If he can bank the 3, kind of past the 6, put the 3 towards the 7 and send the cue ball up table. I think that's there. He might even be able to use the 10 to cover cue ball a bit. The extension on the back of the cue reaching a bit. This might be extra hard. And he used both extensions, the one on his cue and the one on the clock. He's going to call it in there. I think that's a just-in-case kind of thing, because I'm not sure it goes. Yeah, he played the shot I thought he would play, and he's played it really well. What a great shot. He's wise beyond his years, this young Felix. That was a good shot. Well found. And to call it in there is smart, in case it skids or it rolls, or you never know what kind of funny stuff can happen, so it doesn't hurt to call it. Maybe it goes in off the 6, who knows. Kazak is trying to kick at this ball. It's a small ball with where the 6 is. I think he just got it first, you know? I think it's a good hit. Might not love his next shot, but he probably gets one. Felix most likely gonna hook him behind the 6, but maybe Alex can get the jump cue out and have something. Well, where he's pointed there is where he's trying to put the 3. He's trying to get the cue ball underneath the 4, 5, 8, try to take away that jump shot. Oh, he went all the way around trying to get underneath the 7. He's way overhit it. Yeah, it's easy to think just tap it and use the 6 there, but these guys are too good. Can't Can't really leave him that easy jump or that easy one rail escape, so I don't blame him for going for a little extra there. Alexander can cut this ball in. Cue ball's coming back and forth. And this is really good. That's a great shot. I think he can spin this one with some inside and get to the other side of the 5. Kind of between the 5-7 with the cue ball. Yeah, and he really is so good with controlling the cue ball. I mean, he's good at a lot of things. Pretty much everything there is to be good at in pool, he's good at, but cue ball control, definitely a premium. Two rails around the 7. Goes one rail between the 6-8. Good touch there. Maybe just a hair straight on the 6, but I think he can draw back to where he is now. He's a good target. Good angle here, slide up towards the 9, but doesn't really need to be a lot closer to it. 9 over the hole, 10 right over the side pocket. Alexander looking to run away with this one a bit. Couple balls left for 2-0 in the second set. Maybe looking to get a little rest before his doubles match coming up in a couple hours' time. Okay, and for anyone wondering what my obvious nickname was for Felix, we had a cartoon when I was younger called Felix the Cat. Does anybody remember that? So I thought he'd be the cat or pool cat or something like that. But I guess Vogel in German is bird. That, you know, Birdman's a good nickname for him. I like that. And as mentioned, that doubles round coming up on table 1. In the doubles, we'll have the Oceans taking on Han Yu and Wu Kun Lin. That should be a nice match. It's on table 1. On table 2, on the losers round 1, we have Wei Su Chen, Mario He taking on Rapero and Sanchez Ruiz. Hard to believe one of those teams is going to be out. 2 and out. And on table 3, we'll have Mr. Kazakis here playing with Kelly Fisher against the Fillers, the Killer Fillers. All right, back to Kazakis breaking rack number 3 here in set 2. From the other side rail, he's trying everything here. My ball's going to find the pocket. And the 1 ball's going to creep out for a shot. And the problem here is you can't avoid the 10 with the cue ball, I don't think. So how do you get from the 1 to the 2? Might have to power through the 10. Lots of top spin. Maybe a touch of left just to keep it from going to the right. Yeah, he's powered it up with the top spin, but the 10 came back and kissed the cue ball. Otherwise, it was heading there. Can he see the 2? I think he can. Well, That tells you everything you need to know. Called the side pocket. He's kicking 2 rails. Not easy to get safe here. Maybe looking for the speed on the 2 to bank down table towards the 10-5. Not sure he can keep the cue ball under the 3 or something like that. How about just make the kick? Pretty close. Had a shot on the 3 if he made it. Well, feels like maybe a do or die moment for Felix. He doesn't find a way to win this rack. It's a long way back to win this match. But from 2-1 and breaking, still well in it. Big shot here. He's got it. And Kazakis taps the chair. He knows that was a good shot. I like it. Just the speed he hit that at, too. So smooth. The last test, maybe, of this rack is 4 to the 5. Bit straight on the 4. Looks like gonna take his medicine. Leave the gap between the 6-8. Just need to pocket the 5. Cue ball should miss the 10 and come 2 rails towards the 6. Well played. Punched in there a bit just to get a little extra spin. Coming around for the 6 in the side. Just the 10 ball left to get himself on the board here in set number 2. He needed this one. Still very much alive out there. We've seen plenty of matches turn around from this spot. It's a race to 4, best of 3 sets format. It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to these great referees here on the Pro Billiard Series. They all do a really fantastic job. I'm a huge fan of theirs too. They really love the game. And they're out there under pressure too, under the lights on the TV table. And I think they all do a really great job. Felix Vogel to break. Rack number 4 here in set 2. For the 1 ball in the right side pocket. Goes high. Balls are moving lots, though. He should get something. He did. He got the 4. He got the 7. He got the 3 in front of the 1 ball. No shot on the 1. Par for the course. Probably some kind of a push out here. I don't think he attacks the jump. Could consider it, but it's a long way away. To weigh out the percentage a bit here, and I think pushing is going to get you a shot more often than this tricky jump. But you will see the players go to the jump cue once in a while after the break if it's not too far away. Yeah, and never easy pushing out. Always the one playing the push is at a big disadvantage. If you push it to a bad spot, you're going to get it handed back to you. And push it to a good spot, you're going to be put in jail. So often trying to tie up a ball is a good option and just extend the game a bit. That was a tough push, though. He tried to do a lot there. Alex will take on this shot into the low left corner. He used up his extension. He knows this is the big shot, the key shot in this rack. If he gets this one right, lands anywhere on the 2. The rest of the balls are in the open nicely. Oh, he's caught it a little thick, and it's going to hang up there. Tight corner pocket, but you could tell right away it was pretty thick down the rail there. Felix hasn't really got the roll of the ball yet, but there's still time. And he'll be happy to just be shooting here. I mean, can't count this as a bad roll because your opponent could have made it, been shooting the 2 and running you out. Better you get a shot, and he took advantage of his shot, but does it creep by the 10? I think it did. Great shot. Really great shot. He's got all the big strokes, all the talent he needs to make a little comeback here. Yeah, he might just be a little straight on this one. That's why you see him hesitating. Don't want to get caught trying to cheat these pockets too much either. So he draws it all the way back. What a stroke. He needs to miss the 9. He doesn't. Yeah, the bank is good, but it's got to be with a bit of a two-way, knowing it's not high percentage. So 1.5 speed, once to the pocket, half speed to the end rail, middle diamond. If it misses. It's a pretty good line, though. I think good chance he makes this ball. Yeah, and the speed's okay. Always two-way in mind. Missing it on that side of the pocket, the pro side, as they call it. Spinning behind the 8 here, I think, with the cue ball. 9 ball's big too, but the 5's running along. Might have just crept out, if not playable into this near corner pocket, then maybe a bank into the bottom right. As he reached for the jump cue, he has. 9 ball's big there. Good shot from Alexander. These jump shots are extra tough with the cue ball close to the rail too. Easy for this one to keep hopping off the table. He's hit it dead square, but it hasn't done him any good. One long shot from Alexander could be on the hill here. Set 2. A mile away. It's not an easy shot from that far. It's another example of where pool just looks so easy on TV from these camera angles, but that's a really tough shot from distance like that and trying to do a little something with the cue ball. Felix doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball, but this isn't super easy either. Straight ones are never that easy, especially from far away, but a stop shot will be fine here. And that's what he's done. So he made the pocket a little bigger with that speed. Kind of rode it in off the long rail there, off the side rail. I think he goes 2 rails here with the cue ball, wrapping it out of the left corner pocket a little bit. Could just go 1 rail though. It tends to be the preferred way to play it. You can get through the ball a little bit more doing that. Punches it over there. Keeps a nice angle on the 9. Only these 2 balls left to tie it at 2. Anybody's match still. He pumps in the 10. We're all tied up at 2 in set number 2. As we see the stats, match stats, player overall performance 800 for Kazakis, 787, so pretty close there. The other one that always jumps out to me right away is the missed shots and the balls pocketed. Not too far off on both categories, kind of what you'd expect with the way the score is. Safeties are real close, just not a whole lot separating them here, especially in this set. Thanks to our stat guy, Mike, for all the great stats. I'm a huge fan. I love the pool stats. I think pool's been missing that for years. And it's super necessary in growing the game to have those stats. And it's great for the players. They can track it over time and see what they're doing out there. And this table just racking a little tough today. I think as the days go on, it'll settle in. Be a little easier to get the balls tight, but the referees are taking their time and making sure they're good, which I really love. Felix to break rack number 5 here in set 2. Four railers are not going, and the 1 is going nowhere near the side pocket for these guys. Saving grace is it's not really laying up, and that's the reason for breaking from the side rail. Is the balls tend to tie up a little more, and we're not just putting the 1 ball over the hole. When we break from the middle or just off a middle, the 1 tends to go right near the corner pocket. So they know that the break is low percentage, so they break from the side rail and they hope that they don't leave a shot. Push out here again. You see a lot of this, which I actually really love. I think we get to see inside the mind of these players a little more when we get to see the push outs and the safety exchanges. Usually you'd want to pin that cue ball on the rail, but not in this instance because you'll get it back. And I'm not sure he wants it back here. I think he's trying to bait Felix into something. Maybe cutting this one ball. Oh, he instantly gives it back. He's not taking the bait. What's Kazakis see? I called something in this bottom left, but is it the one ball off 2 rails? Off the 3? How else does anything get there? Yeah, I think that's why he called that corner, was the one had a chance to go 2 rails off the 3, but he'd rather it missed it like it did. And what a beautiful shot he's played there, and found a really nice one even from the push to send the 1 ball 2 rails safe, 3 rails safe, but also to get the cue ball underneath the 5. That was really well done. Not only well done, but well found. He's got Felix in a world of hurt here, coming off 2 rails, trying to just hit this one and hope something good happens. It's hard for something good to happen there. But the 8 trickles in front of the 3. So the 2 ball to the 3 ball. Bit of an issue now. First things first, got to thin this one in and kind of hold it a little bit to stay on the 2. Checked it and went into the 4, and it trickled past the 9. And reaches for the jump cue. Wow. And I'm sure he's trying to go like kind of full into the 4 there. He probably can't believe how much it checked up. I think it's because he overcut the 1 a little bit, so got to the rail sooner. Gotta put him like 50-50 to make this jump, though. He's really good with the jump cue. Yeah, he didn't miss it by much. This might get a little bit safe. Don't think this really goes by the 8. It might. Probably calls it in there, which he has, because it could go sliding in off the side rail, or it could go off the rail off the 8 in. I'm sure he'd love if it did that second option, open the pocket for the 3 next. Maybe that's exactly what he tried to do, but caught it a little thick. 3 balls covering it, but Alexander won't mind. He'll find a way to spin and get some contact on that too. Any contact should make it. Yeah, it's got to be off the side rail, you'd think, but it's a bit of a masse. Consider the masse the other way and not even get the rail, just straight onto the 2. I tend to like this way that he's looking now with the spin. Just losing the cue ball a bit towards 7. Wow, would you look at that? He's caught it so thin that it went into that top rail. Kiss the 8. Stayed up here on the 3. It's a long one though. It's a 4 past the 6. He took a quick glance, which tells me it probably does. Might have to watch the 8 a little bit here, though. Caught it a little thin. He hasn't really sold out too many shots when he's missed in this match. He's left Felix in a lot of tough spots. He could cut this ball in and go a few rails around the world to the other side of the 4, but 10 ball's a bit of a nuisance there, I would think, and maybe the bottom right corner, maybe the top left corner with the cue ball. Watch a few things happening here, and the shot clock running out. Oh, he's played it so good. How good is this shot? Needs a bounce off this rail, and he's going to get it. What a shot that is. That might be just what he needed too. He gets on the hill first in this set. It's going to put lots of pressure on Alexander. Use this to go a little bit, and it has. Oh, he could have used it to go a little bit more, but I think he can spin this with some left spin to get down towards that 6. A little bit of top, lots of left. Well, he overcut the 5 a little. That brings the cue ball closer to the 6, but I think he's just okay. Few balls left to get on the hill first here in set number 2. I feel like he made a couple of big shots in that last rack to get it to 2-2, and that changed the momentum a little bit. Seems to be going his way now. Down, up 3-2 now in the second set. Trying to force a third set. Starting to hit the ball pretty good. Felix breaking off in rack number 6 here, set number 2. Love to see a ball go down and get a shot on the lowest number here. Try to get to a third set. It's a winner's qualification match, trying to get to the final 32. Loser will get another chance, but they'd love to get the job done here. He's got the 1 ball down in the side pocket. It's the first time we've seen it, I think, in this match. But the 2 does not cooperate. Nothing easy on the safety side from 8 feet away either. Maybe trying to hit the right side of the 2 and get the cue ball coming towards the 10 a bit here while containing the 2 on the top rail. Yeah, that's not bad. Can Can Alexander consider kissing the 7 in with the cue ball here? Or does he see a nice safety that he likes? Nothing easy on the safety that I can see. That's why I bring up 7 right away. Often when the shot is as hard as the safety, you play the shot. Give yourself a chance. Yeah, he has called the 7. Might be a little tricky if he has to elevate the back end of the cue, which he's not. Maybe he's trying to send the 2 into the 7. Yeah, it was a big ball there off the end rail, but he's missed it by quite a bit. Never threatened the 7. Didn't scare it. Hasn't left much for Felix. Maybe safety. He's got him talking to himself, wondering why he can't get a better shot than this. Hasn't exactly had the roll of the ball this match. Yeah, trying to get the cue ball underneath the 3. It's not easy from that far away. Well, it's not bad. Even if he can see the 2 ball elevated over the 10 makes this really, really difficult. And I think he already used his extension. That's why you see him running for his jump cue. Good safety from Felix has got him a half a shot here. The 10 ball maybe combos in. It's going to spot and he's going to keep shooting. So he'll need to watch where it spots. So he sends the cue ball up and down. What's going to happen here? Well, he's not going to have a shot on the 2, but he does have a pretty routine safety, I think. And one good safety might win him this rack. Win him this set. Can he roll up onto the 4 here? If he can't roll up onto the 4, maybe he can kind of stun it underneath the 5. Oh, he goes for it. Into the big pocket down there. Can he see the 3, though? Oh, I'm not so sure he can. He's come around to look from the other side. It's got to be really close. We're going to have to keep an eagle eye on the 5 ball here. Didn't see it move. Wow, and I thought he made that shot. I thought he hit it really, really good considering how tough that was. Balls are rolling funny this match, though, even when they miss. Not really leaving anything. Felix has done this a couple times, too. Missed and managed to find cover behind something. But Alex comes with a good kick shot there, 2 rails, and he's held the cue ball nicely for the 4. Touch of inside spin here between the 6-10 and back. got it. Little bounce off this rail. Shake of the head because he's a touch straight on the 5, but I think he can deal with it. If the cue ball was on the rail, he would have been in a little more trouble, but I think he's okay. Needs to make sure he gets good angle on the 6. Get down there for the 7. He's perfect. It's ball in hand shape. Just forces it past the 8. Only a few balls left to get it to Hill here in set number 2. Likes that shot going forward. I quite like that shot too, most times. But we do see these pros avoid it quite a bit on the new cloth because the spin makes the ball deflect more, and the slide of the rail is a bit unpredictable. It slows it down. I think that's what we saw there. It slowed it down. He didn't get all the way across it, but he's okay. Big favor to make this ball still. He's got it, but he's watching the cue ball closely and scratching his head. It's okay, and it's Hill in set number 2. Can Alex get the job done here, or will Felix force another set? Alexander to break this deciding rack. Rack number 7 here in set 2. You'd love to see that one ball go in like Felix had. Shooting in the right side pocket. It misses. Balls are everywhere, but nothing is in. And a shot is on the 1. Can Felix navigate his way through this to get to another set? Looks like the 4 ball is going to be a problem. Nicely from the 1 to the 2. Will the 4-8 combination be the play, or will he try to find angle on the 3 to maybe disturb the 4? Yeah, I think he's going into it. I think he's trying to bump the 4 into a better spot off 1 rail or 2 rails. He has a couple chances there. Ideally, it's off 2 and bump it towards that top right corner, but he'll take whatever he can get. Well, maybe he played for the bank. He's instantly called it. He's going to draw the cue ball for position on the 5. This seems very brave. Is there a safety underneath the 6 ball instead? Off of the other side of the 4, 2 rails. Kind of like that because you contain the 4. But I'm always a fan of the aggressive side of the game, which I think you have to play quite often. I don't know if that was the time for it. Looks like he hasn't totally sold out. Tough shot here for Kazakis. He's going to bank it towards the side. He wants it to go 2 rails up towards the 8. He wants the cue ball to stay underneath the 7. I hit it at a good speed where the 8 was going to stop the 4, but it kind of crept out a little bit. Felix might be able to see this 4. I'm not sure he could risk trying to cut it in, but I can see enough to play a good safe. Maybe a kick safe even. Didn't see him call the right side pocket, but I think that's the shot. Kick towards the right side. Yeah, and this is okay. I don't think it's going to pass the 6 from there. Certainly not. Good camera angle here. And I don't think the combination on the 6 is worth playing. I like this shot. He's going to try here. He's called the 2 rail on the 4, but the intention here is the safety again. The cue ball stunning underneath the 7 and the 10, and the 9's going to be a big ball too, I think. Well, he didn't want to kiss the 8, but the siding stayed on the 4, and it still managed to find its way over to that rail. It's a really good shot. He's played the cue ball really good too, to stun off the side rail and pin it on the end rail. It's really good. Might just be a match winner. Felix needs a bit of a miracle here, coming off 2 rails, hitting this ball. That shot clock is just such a real factor out there. It's so underestimated and underrated. It just really changes things. You could see it there. He didn't really have a lot of time to calculate the angle and speed and the spin and all the things happening. He had to just shoot it right away. The clock was running down. Speaking of which, it's not running down right now, but it should be. Hopefully it is in the arena. Hopefully that was just a glitch on the screen here. I give him an extra 10 seconds. I don't know, this kisses off the 9 ball in. If it does, you'd almost want to play it with bottom to get the 4 grabbing some top spin. If you played it with top, the 4 wants to kind of grab some bottom spin, drag into that horn a little more. But even the safety is not routine here because you're nudging the 4 right into the pocket. So maybe some kind of a 2-way shot. He's calling the 4 just in case, I think. It's a just in case. Yeah, it was always the safety. Tuck him under the 5 here because he wants to take away that top rail, which he did. Beautiful shot. He couldn't leave him that top rail, otherwise Felix was going to kick this in a lot of times, and he still might off 2 rails. The thing is, he got kind of a practice shot at it last time. to see how the slide and the spin would work. Favor him to get a lot closer this time. It's identical. He hit it in the exact same spot. Absolutely identical. Drove right by it. Off the third rail. I thought he would hit it that time. Looks like the 4 goes in the corner. He can follow through for the 5 in the bottom right corner, but the cue ball might be close to the rail. Good thing is the 6 is right next door, so he doesn't have to do too much from the 5 to the 6. Yeah, and he's kept a nice angle on this 5. This could be it. 6 balls left to move in to the final 32 for Mr. Kazakis. Felix will get another, dare I say, crack at the cat in the loser's qualification to get into that final 32. Kazakis be coming up right away, a little over an hour's time in the doubles. He'll be up again right away. Didn't see Vogel's name in the doubles, but I'm sure we'll see his name in that doubles in the near future. Somebody pick him up as a teammate. They should. Otherwise, if Kazakis can get out here, Felix will be back for the losers qualification. Looks like it'll be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Still some balls left, though. Can't count it over yet. I never like to do that, but we do know how good these players are. I always say something that makes them very elite is the ability to close out under pressure. This man, very good at that. Knows how to get the job done when it's time. With the 9 over the hole, the 10 right next to it, you'd think this was the last maybe test. It was to be a test. And he's really put his cue ball control on display here in this match. He's played really fantastic. And it looks like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. Kazakis with the 10 to move into the final 32. In a great match. Felix will move into the losers qualification. We will move into the Predator mixed doubles open coming up in just a little over an hour's time. While we look at these match stats, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I'll be back for that doubles match in a little over an hour. So make sure you have your notifications turned on, subscribe to the YouTube. And I think we still have other matches going on. But we will be back in an hour's time on the stream table, a little over an hour. We'll see you all then.